and that at least my way.
That was your mindset.
My mindset was on something.
Hey, bro, as I'm thinking about it, as I'm going back thinking about that, it is kind of like that abstract kind of Atlanta kind of vibe that you had going on. Yeah, man.
And I didn't, like I said, I didn't even know until I saw Atlanta, but I was like, oh shoot. I was like, dang, of course. Because, they got the thought process. They got the money. Of course, Atlanta, but it was just more, it's going to take off. But I was like, man, we own something because that's exactly how my mind was working. Yeah. And it was kind of like, so anyway, but I was like, let me use this skill that I attained from this job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, that I'm no longer at. Let me just like help it like fully bring our content together. Right. And so like, Corey, he would edit too, but he would do a lot of the filming and I did a lot of the editing and we would just grow like film festivals. I know we would ABFF. We would do things like the Gentleman Jack film, Reel to Reel Festival would come to Dallas and we would steal the show. And it was just real cool. And what's funny is within 8 months of us even filming These Beats Ain't Free, we were in the Viacom offices pitching the show to BET. Wow. And so that was one of the things where we thought it was good. We was like, man, it was just cool to get that opportunity. So we celebrated and it was cool. But film is real cool and close to my heart now because like I say, all of these games have their things. You know what I'm saying? All we have to do is really figure out the distribution with film and it's going to be over. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But film has opened up a lot of doors and it's just so rewarding because it's one of those things where it takes a team, but at the end of the day, film is a talent dump for everything that you do. Right. And that's why I think it will forever be my favorite medium of art. Yeah. Because where music is great, it's just music. Film has music, it's visual. Yeah. It's a camaraderie of it all. Of it all. A collection of it
definitely.
all. And it's beautiful. Like it's a slow cook process too. Yeah. When you're really shooting a movie and when you're doing something like that. So it's very rewarding. But yeah, that's kind of like the director roads. Like I really love that and I love having those projects come to life. So stay tuned for more films from Vintage Rose Productions.
Yeah. Man, Jay, if you could speak to the 20-year, you're 41 now. Mm-hmm. You could speak to the 20-year-old Jay Rhodes. Mm-hmm. What advice would you give him now?
I would first say, I would tell him that I'm proud of him. Yes. For real, because Facebook memories show me, like I tell people that there's no secret to making it in this industry. Mm-hmm. Not really. It's just working on your craft, but even bigger than that, it's consistency and staying at it. Yeah. Every time I see a Facebook memory, it's either me working on something or it's an accomplishment from years ago. Yeah. And I'll be like, dang, that was that. Dang, on this day I was doing it. I rarely have a Facebook memory that typically isn't me either accomplishing something or working on something in my craft. And that's what it takes. And that's why I say when you amass all these things, I'm like, man, I dedicated myself to this. Yeah. And now, you start really, even more so reaping the benefits and et cetera. So I would say I'm proud of them. I would also say, because of course I wouldn't take anything back. Yeah. But in retrospect, I would really say take the time to invest in yourself more. Yeah. I think not that it was a mistake, but oftentimes because my dream was always to create a new age Motown in Dallas. Wow. So a lot of my pit stops, it helped me as a producer and as a leader and organizer of things, because I always was the leader of a crew. You know what I'm saying? 80s baby, or if it was a long time ago, it was a studio. Like it was things. I was part of some things, but I would always invest in artists that I thought could really do something. I have an all-around talent and skill set, but I've never focused on solely artistry. Yeah. But it was people that when they focused on solely artistry, I was like, man, let me stop doing what I'm doing and working on this album to put it in that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I think, and unfortunately, and there's some things that I could have did better along the way too. I'm not just blaming it on that, but and unfortunately, some of those things that I really invested in, they didn't work like I wanted it to because I was, to me, investing in other people. Right. I would say, at 41, I'm going to really, really take my own advice. But if I could tell the 20-year-old me to do something, it was with all the talents and skill sets that 20-year-old me had, really pour that fully back into your artistry.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
because, like, even if somebody, you know, because it's tough as an artist, like, I hear things musically, and sometimes, you know, you like your voice. It took me a while to even like my voice. But forget all that. You know what I mean? It's more like, hey, bro, you know you're going to show up. You know you got a skill set. You can hone your skill set. You be the artist. It's been less talented people that have done more with less.
Right.
So invest in yourself, 20-year-old you, and you could be a top-tier artist. You just got to believe in yourself. Whether, you know, just continue to do that. But I always be like, man, I'm going to do this, but let me work with that artist. I'm going to do this, but let me chase this place. So I would say I'm proud of you, but I also would tell 20-year-old me, especially when you're young, really, 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 and I did chase it a bit, you know, in essence, but I'm talking about really just be like, nah, my artistry, people gonna get it, and they I'm gonna make them rock with it.
Right.
And so, like, at 41, once some things get cleared off my plate, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that when you think about 2 decades of doing that, could have probably yielded some different results. So that's what I would say. Invest in yourself.
Man, you know, I think, you know, just as us being producers and beat makers, you know, producing is serving. You know, it's you producing a product, whether it's you a musician or a farmer, whatever. You're producing something to give to others. I think that's just naturally what we do, and in the process, we tend to forget about ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll downplay ourselves. Well, nah, man, you know, I'm going to just stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just a beat maker. Knowing that you got this other thing that you that has a possible to be great.
Yeah, for sure.
But because we were like, nah. And then, like you say, in retrospect, you come back and be like, man, I should have been doing that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that can be a blessing and courage for us, because, you know, we serve. When we produce and we serving the artists, you know what I'm saying, that way. But I think it is definitely good that, you know, we have a balance with that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Being able to invest in yourself, you know, just not even in your gifting, but even health-wise. Yeah, for sure, man. Man, I you know, in the podcast me and my wife did, man, she was, because I was asking, I said, baby, I said, you know, what are some things that frustrate you about me? And she was like, you know, it just seemed like you always put yourself on the back burner. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to your health and stuff. Like, you know, I'm 47 now, and in these last 3-4 years, I've been focusing on my health more than I ever been. You know what I'm saying? But if I'd have been doing this 20 years ago, you know what I'm saying? I feel you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have all these certain things that I got to be just constantly going to the doctor for, making sure. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's good too, man. That you would even tell your young self to invest in yourself early. What would you say to the producers that's watching this, man? What would be the encouraging words? You know, what would you say to these young bucks that's trying to get it?
Just stick to it. And also what you have to know is there really isn't a secret to it other than just continuing to move. And when it's your time, just take care of your take your moment and make the most of your opportunity. Yeah. Because we don't know when it's going to be. Yeah. Just be prepared for your opportunity and it'll come. Like, there's no difference if you like what I do and you think I'm on a certain level that's above you. There's no difference between me and you. You know, like, as far as like being human and working towards something or whatever, like, it's nothing but hard work, me putting into my craft and dedicating myself to it. You can do the same thing. Yeah. You can do all the things that I'm doing and more. Just know that it is in you. Right. Know that you're doing it now too. I think people think that you have to get at a certain point where all of it matters in the whole scheme of things. Don't just don't let people use you. And I think another thing too is you will get far in this game. Not your no's will get you further than your yeses. Knowing what to say no to. Sometimes you're gonna think. And don't have fear of missing out. Like, I think you have to dedicate yourself to knowing if somebody, if it doesn't feel good almost on any level, that typically is something you shouldn't do. Yeah, just know what, like, don't be afraid to say no.
Yeah.
You know, and I know there's going to be tough, but I think if you can really, really, really know what to say no to, then you'll be presented with a yes that can really be effective. And it's tough. It's not easy. I think if you're really in it to make money, go make an app, go invest in, not saying that you can't, because there's a lot of money in it too, but definitely do it because you love it.
Right.
There's so many different ways to make a dollar. And music oftentimes is tougher to get to. Once you get there, some cool stuff, but you know, like, do it because you love it. Know that there's a place for you. And I also say, like, don't be afraid. Like, it's a balance between being humble and then, like, but at the same time, know it's okay to want yours.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll get in situations or whatever, like where like people can make you think you're, you know what I'm saying, tripping because you know what you want. And you know what I'm saying? And it's okay, like, as long as you're not a self-serving person, et cetera, and if you know who you are and you know your goals, it's okay to want to be in that position. And you need to surround yourself with people that know you can be in that position as well. It's a lot of tidbits that I give to them, and of course I can go all day on that too. Yeah. But I think if it's something, a couple of things to walk away with, know that it's in you. Like, as long as you keep moving towards your goal, you're gonna reach it. And as you start reaching your goals, be okay with definitively saying no to things that don't serve you. Don't hope that you can say yes and they can serve you. Most things that serve you will feel like something that will serve you at the beginning. Yeah. Rarely have I done something that said, oh, well, maybe this, it never happened. Yeah, right. Rarely. Like, let the business, let the stuff feel good, like, you know, up front. Yeah. And then if it takes a turn, then that's unfortunate. But really comb through the situations and know what serves you. And so if something doesn't serve you, figure out a way to be your own boss in as many ways as possible. Like, maybe, you know, for some people, especially up and coming, if I was an up and coming producer, because I came in a different industry, I would create a lot of content. Yeah. Because if I came in the industry when it was like that, that's what I would be doing. Yeah. And that way you can be your own artist, you can build your own brand, you can do some things, and you have so much more control. Man, it's a lot of things to say, but definitely, like, just don't be afraid to say no. I think that energy would get you further than just being a yes man. Yeah. That's some good stuff for me to hear. For real, man. Real quick, man. So we got the book coming. The book is coming soon. Yeah, for sure. I know you say you got to do one more proofread. Yeah. We got the King of Dallas movie. Yes, sir. That you should be getting a word on today. Yeah. Is there anything else, man, we got going on that we want that you can share? Man, like I say, when it's King of Dallas, and that's gonna be a big, great press run. Then it's gonna be These Beats Ain't Free Too. These Dreams Ain't Free. That's gonna be a whole thing, which probably will take me to the end of the year. Definitely for all of the fans and the people that's been waiting, I promise House of Beats Season 2 is coming. The reason that was delayed was because, you know, swinging for the fences to get it on the network. But through several different things, I made some mistakes. There's a lot of sample clearance issues that won't be happening on Season 3. So we just going to get Season 2 out. There's a lot of people that, you know, came down here, invested their time in it. Yeah. And I understand them. You know, they've been very patient, and I'm thankful. Yeah. But, you know, they've been hitting me like, hey, what's up? You know, not even, but I feel you. Like, I'm not that. Nah, they told they're a family, and I get it. But at the end of the day, I told them to be patient because I got to edit it. But it's coming, so that's the one. Man, I think I was supposed to be on Season 2. Yeah, potentially, like you was going. I think you at least maybe you laced us with a sample pack. But I wanted you to be on Season 2. There's more seasons. Yeah. But I'm gonna get that out for the people. You never, not just the people that were contestants, but every day. I think every day may be a stretch, but so often, very often, man, people people, House of Beats. It was a great show. It is a great show.
Yeah, it is.
It was done from the heart.
Yeah.
Like, and it was the first of its kind.
Right.
And